To the 11 names there, I think the centre of attention is sitting in a dugout just now. Graham Souness, he hasn't come out with the rest of the team. Perhaps a show of modesty to the rest of the players who won this championship on the field. He will certainly make an appearance later on in the game, of that there is no doubt. And Rangers supporters will be delighted to see in goal Chris Woods. There was a doubt about him. He had a cut at the end of his finger, right in the tip. But Rangers don't even have a substitute goalkeeper. That's a sign of the confidence in his fitness today. And there's Dunfermline. They've come to play what the manager assures me is going to be an entertaining game of football today. They're going to have a right go at Rangers. They want to spoil the party. And perhaps the major satisfaction for Dunfermline is they're still in the Premier Division. They're still with the big boys, and they intend to stay there. And there's been some speculation about fullback Ray Sharp there. One or two people have been saying that he's about to move to Aberdeen. Well, Jim Leachman tells me he knows nothing about it. He's remaining tight-lipped, and he's had no approaches from Aberdeen. But I wouldn't be at all surprised that this man is provoking wide interest. And there's the referee for today, Dougie Yates from Perth. He works in the Bell Sports Centre up there. A very fit man indeed. Great roar of anticipation over Ibrox. Not all that many Rangers supporters saw the triumph last week, out with those on television. The total attendance at Tannadice was only 15,000, so we've got almost another 30,000 here who went there last week, and looking forward to the end when the championship trophy is presented. But because there is such a very big crowd, I think both of these teams owe it to play as entertainingly as possible. Johnston can't quite manage to get there, and there's Spackman. And Johnson, I think, offside. In that far side, Sharp putting in. Well, that's a very good effort. That was Paul Smith coming in. Beautiful ball by Sharp. That's an excellent left foot he's got, and coming in, sneaking it at the back there. McCoy's come back. Buzz of anticipation every time he gets a ball in. Well, that's not a bad ball indeed. Johnston almost got there, and that is why he's so good in the penalty box. I think when he gets the right service, there's nobody more potentially lethal than he in that situation. Now look at this. Now the goalkeeper perhaps ought to have got it, but he didn't, and he sneaks in there hidden and just brushed away. Stephen it up again, did well with the head. Gary Stevens at the back. Now all requires a deft chip. It's there. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, look at 1, 2, 3, 4 blue jerseys you could have seen there, and any of the four could have scored that. Well, if ever I could apply the too many cooks spoil the broth adage to a football match this year, look at all these blue jerseys in there, and it's only a goal kick. It's got a play by Rangers. McCoy's ran well for that nice little diagonal run. He needs a little bit of support though. Johnston. Stevens, where's the cross again? Must be, no, great save. Very good save by Westwater. Well, it took a little bit of courage to do this, didn't it? Just away from the outstretched foot of Maurice Johnson and the other prowlers beside him. Monroe. Well, too often that's happening from Rangers defence, not hitting the forward players. Jimmy Nicholl. Easily taken by Richard Goff. Good play, Goff. I think he might have been better to go through himself. I must say, Jimmy Nicholl's playing well for Dunfermline. Johnson might pick this up, he does. Walters inside him. couldn't quite get there. He saw the opportunity himself, and it's still all Rangers. Almost a procession now. Monroe's going to give support. Not quite cleared. Westwater is in there. Now John Brown to Stephen, and too much in that. Mark Hugh, the crowd are being entertained. Rangers are pressing all the time. They are varying the moves. And Westwater isn't too happy about the way the tide is flowing. Stevens, this is a good run. Look at the pace. Nice little cutback too. It is at that precise moment you can see the value of Gary Stevens as an internationalist. A defender who can go at pace at a defence. Walters did that very well. There's off Butcher. Great goal line clearance. And there's Johnson, can't quite get in. Here's McCoy's. Really should have buried it. Well, Rangers must be bewildered that they haven't put the ball in the net yet. They've had umpteen chances. Now watch this one. Now it breaks to Butcher and right off the line. I think there may have been Jimmy Nicholl in the way, and there was Ali McCoist. That was rather soft, wasn't it? I think you would agree. Spackman picking a lot of balls up, loose balls up in midfield. It's McCoist. Yeah, that'll be a no. Referee said it's a throw. I thought it appealed by McCoist. Got a ball through to McCoy's. It's all a bit squirty, and now that's the side net. That's from the far side. It must have looked as if the ball was in the net, and I think Johnson has hurt himself in a lovely little through ball there, and McCoy's did the right thing. Looked like a half Nelson. He just shrugged it off, though, for the Rangers. Now Walters. They're hard put to keep it in, but does. Wilson goes back with them. Oh, beautiful turn. Here's Monroe. Oh, great save. Although I don't think that was ever going to go across the face of the goal. Goalkeeper had to make sure. I think it was going behind. Now, the spade work was done beautifully by Walters, and Westwater flinging himself. Well, I make it almost half-time. In fact, looking down at the watch here, we've now played 30 seconds over. And there goes the half-time whistle. Well, Rangers have been in almost total command of this game, nothing much to show for it. Some entertaining and attractive football, which is what the crowd wanted to see, but I think we'd like to see something in the score sheet as well. The Dunfermline defence has been opened up at times. On other occasions, the marking has been tight. The goalkeeper professional, and that's why the score at half-time is a slight distortion of the power and the balance of the game, but with no scoring. The Rangers into the second half, and I suppose the Rangers supporters here just want a goal to get the celebrations proceeding, and then see Graham Souness come on. Hoist, little thrust there, and having said that, Dunfermline have not lain down in any way. They've been mostly pressed back in defence. It's meant for Walters. Proto Rangers. There's no Rangers player there. Spackman is in. black and white wall there. It's held very firm. And that happened. Walters. Could only be Walters offside. Now here's Goff. Nice little chip round there. There goes Spackman. On his own on the right. Look for a little bit of support. An overrun. Good support there. Offside. Nice little run at top there, and that was a free kick. Jimmy Nicholl. Yes, he knows it. I wonder what he had to say about that. Shall we dance? Walters. Oh, surely a push on Mitchell. Well, I know he's a big man, and you need to be brave to push him, but nevertheless, just have a look at this. Well, did he fall a little bit too soon? I'm not sure about that. Stevens waits it very well. Well, that wasn't far off. Yeah, that was a good effort by Gary Stevens. Well enough controlled. He had the added difficulty, of course, of a very congested goal mouth, as you can see there. Hardly any time for anybody to come out. And he lets fly. That's a free kick, surely. No, Monroe goes away now. Walters. Look at the pace of Walters. Tremendous run, and there's McCoy's! Yes, he's done it. By the law of averages, the number of chances he's had, he gets to the end of that quite superb run by Mark Walters. 1-0. 7 minutes gone of the second half, and credit to this majestic run. Watch this. Sheer pace, determination, and control at the end. Beautifully weighted pass, and Westwater almost off the hip, saved the day, but not quite. Well, no more than Rangers are due. They should have been 3 or 4 up by now. Here's Spackman. Rangers flooding down now in this penalty area. Johnson finds himself wide. Spackman. Nice little nudge forward there. Brown. Oh, that was a hand, surely. Yes, it was. And the crowd beginning to shout for Souness to come on. I think it's a bit early for I was going to call him captain, the manager, to get in there. It's a great save and shot. But I think offside. It's all negated. Now just watch this again. Well taken, given offside, and it's very, very good save indeed. Save of the match. And Adam McCoist is coming off. On comes David Dodds. Here's Stephen. Monroe having to search for the ball in a way. Now Walters. Oh, that's really fluent. Just set it up for himself and blasted it. And Graham Souness is about to come on to play his last competitive senior game of football after a career stretching back to 1970 when he signed as a teenager for Tottenham Hotspur. And so, as I thought, he's going to play the last 20 minutes of this game. And he'll roam around midfield now. He hasn't played since the cup final of last year, in a real competitive game, that is. He's kept in training, but one wonders if the touch is still there. I'm sure it is. It's all a matter of mind over matter. He doesn't mind me saying so at the age of almost 37. Goal. Sooners, who I would imagine will be as uncompromising in his last 20 minutes of senior football as he was in the first 20 minutes. Just kept in. Oh, great one by Stephen. It's a great run by Stephen. Right out of support, and Dunfermline have done that very well. They've always added the extra player in defence, and that's helped them. Or else, I think, more wounds would have been inflicted upon them this afternoon. Yeah, Johnston couldn't quite intercept it. I think that was more a shot than anything else, but again, now watch the pace in this. But I think it was offside. Yes, certainly was. Souness is easing himself into the game, you might say. Stephen goes back with him. Well, that's good play by Dunfermline. Wilson is up there. Might just get the shot in. And Ross Jack had the clearest chance that Dunfermline have had in this entire game and was snuffed out. Just watch this. Now, bad marking there. Well, he'd actually fallen flat. Now here's Johnston. On to Dodds, almost. Corner kick. And Souness himself going across to take this corner. And it's a short one, which doesn't surprise me. Now Stephen. Ooh, that wasn't far away. He put plenty curl on that. And enjoyed it. Watch it now. He definitely tried to curl that in. That was very close. 3 minutes remaining. And the song Championes is ringing round Ibrox Stadium. Here's Walters.